What is up, everyone? How's it going? My name is Daniel Francis, and welcome to the Daniel Francis Show. This is episode 2. I know I've missed a few episodes or a few weeks, some technical difficulties. But if you're watching this, if you're tuning in, I'm sure everyone's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and watch more of these shows. But I appreciate the patience. And I'm super excited to kind of get into it and kind of give you as much experience and as much wisdom as you need. You know, I'm always thinking of, you know, what do people need right now to become better? And in this group specifically, in the Speaking with Confidence group, a lot of people are in this Facebook group because they want to better their speech. They want to have more confidence in their life. They want to speak with elegance, with articulation. So if you're watching this on live, I see some people on live, come say what up in the comment section below. If you got any questions, I'm going to be watching the comment section to answer any questions that you guys may have. But I really want to get into some tips and tricks with overcoming stuttering or blocks. I want to talk about the power of public speaking. And I really want to talk about mindset and why, without the power of positivity, without the power of, looking at situations with more of a positive tone, and how that's affecting you. So I see a lot more of you guys. Come say what up in the comment section below. Love you guys all. Let me see how this works. Let me just see. I'd be like, hello. Cool. All right. Let's get into it. Cool. So for a lot of you guys, if you guys don't know me, my name is Daniel Francis. I've been stuttering, I guess ever since I was a kid. It's genetic in my family. My uncles did, my nonno did on my mom's side. And majority of my life was all about how do I overcome this problem? How do I beat this thing? For some people, I get the idea of, well, I'm just going to, how do I say this? I'm just going to accept it for what it is. And as much as I believe in accepting a problem, accepting this is who you are, I get that. But to me, there has to be the flip side of, I'm going to accept it, but I'm going to live a life of improvement. So for majority of my life, that's what I did. I sang, and when I sang, I didn't stutter. So I formed a band, and I would sing a lot on stage, and I realized I had this rush, and whatever words I didn't really block on them. I was told to swear on words. That was the funnest one. So instead of saying tree, just say effing tree. That's a good one. I tried multiple speech therapists. I tried many different YouTube videos. I tried to look up TEDx talks, and I tried to when I was in university, I would like brainstorm with professors, and I would try all these different things. I went to a psychologist. I went to all these different things, but nothing really worked. And I didn't know what to do until I went to a public speaking event one night. And I saw the public speaker in front of the room deliver this amazing speech. He was so charismatic. He was passionate. He was in your face. And he spoke with brilliance. And I found out after he was the same age as me at the time. I think I was about 19, 20. He was 19, 20. I said, wow, that is a skill, people will never learn in their entire life. And then, the way he kind of ended it off was, I've dealt with, a speech impediment my whole life. Speech has been a problem, ever since I was a kid. And, it kind of struck a nerve in me of almost like inspiration of, if this person can do it, why can't I? It's almost like that idea of you have to see it before you believe it. See, when I saw someone, said, this person's similar to me. I relate to him. Similar backgrounds. I think he was Polish and I was Italian. Similar look, I guess you want to say. I don't know. But I was like, wow, he is someone who is speaking with so much confidence at such a young age. And he stuttered or he had a speech impediment. And what I realized was, again, if he could do it, so can I. And from that, I went up to him at the end of the show and I said, hey, his name was Paul. I said, Paul, how do I work with you, man? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, I want to be able to speak just like you. And he was kind of caught off guard. He's like, I don't really understand what you're getting at. I go, no, like you speak with so much passion. I want to learn to public speak like him, or like you, sorry. And he goes, okay. And from that day, he basically became my mentor. And I said, listen, I want you to be committed. So I joined. It costed me money to actually work with him. But it was the best investment because that forced me to like get out of my comfort zone. And that's kind of what I would do. And he would put me through different processes. He would say, okay, Daniel, so what I want you to do, I want you to make these type of calls. So I would call people. I would be stuttering, but I would be getting out of my comfort zone. I would record whenever he gave a talk. And then he's like, after the talk is done, I want you to go home. I want you to write it out. And then I want you to, say it on camera. And then I want you to watch yourself. So I did that. And then, I kept doing all these different things. He would give me books. He gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich. He gave me all these different books. The Power of Positivity. The list can go on and on and on. I started to read these books. Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And these books started to make an indent in my life. And I started to almost see myself as a bigger person, as the current Daniel. As much as I love him, he needs to outgrow. The beliefs he has, the negative thoughts he has, the depressed thoughts that I had. We need to change that awkwardness, that feeling of, is someone going to judge me? I'm going to embarrass myself. Don't open your mouth. All these things. I knew I had to get rid of them. They're killing me. And it's kind of what I did until I had the chance where he's like, Daniel, today I want you to give the speech that I gave. And it was a network marketing company. I mean, we don't have to get into actual details, but I had to give a presentation in front of about 7 to 10 people. And everyone thought this guy named Paul was going to be there, but he didn't show up. We planned that. Me and Paul knew. They didn't know that. And I said, no, I'm going to be the one giving the presentation. And I did it. Fast forward. I was very nervous. It was about a 35-minute presentation. I blacked out, meaning like I don't remember what I said. I didn't actually faint, but I was there. And then 35 minutes later, I get a round of applause. And people were clapping, and they looked inspired. They looked at me with inspiration. Like, wow, that's phenomenal. And that was kind of like the journey of man, if I can do this, I can do anything. And then I kind of went into sales. And then, I learned how to, knock on someone's door and dealt with rejection and aggressiveness and hostility. And then I learned how to become a manager and then a director. And then I grew, from almost zero with obviously a few other people to, a multi-million-dollar organization. And I was the catalyst to it and all this stuff. And now I'm at a place right now where I'm helping other people, master their speech and speak with confidence. And I work with doctors and engineers and people, in their 50s and 60s and people all over the world. Now, why am I telling you that? Well, I want to, and I know I talked about this last time, but I want to just say, look, where you're currently at now doesn't need to be where you always have to be. Everything starts off with a decision. So if you're taking notes, this is definitely the type of stuff that I would write down. Everything starts with a decision. You want to change? Make a decision. Now, the problem is, as soon as you make a decision, your mind goes, well, how am I going to accomplish that? Like, for example, I'm going to make a decision that I'm going to be a phenomenal public speaker and be able to speak. Like, I've spoken in front of a room of 1,000+ people. Let's just take, let's take the idea of I'm going to be a great speaker. All it takes is a decision. Now, your mind goes, well, how is that possible, Daniel? I don't know how that's possible. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. Don't worry about exactly the events that are going to turn itself, in for you to accomplish that. Don't worry about that. Just know that you will accomplish that. Just know that with enough, belief, really, it will usually happen. And you can say it's from God, you can say it's from a bigger energy, you can say it's from the universe, you can say it's from karma. It doesn't matter. But what I do know is when you put it out mentally, This is what I want. 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 Somehow, some way, it ends up coming back to you. It does. It's almost like, I compare it to like a magnet. Because what I wanted at that age was I wanted to be a great speaker. And you know, it's like I see myself now. It's like I got exactly that. There's nothing special about me, right? I don't come from, you know, parents who are great speakers, and I come from this bloodline where everyone is super great. Like, no, I'm just a Joe Blow, if you want to call me that, okay? From just an average upbringing, but I had above average goals. And I knew to get there, I had to change the way I currently am right now. Has to be. I did, and I never like putting down speech therapy, but speech therapy was great, but it didn't give me the skills that I needed in the real world. It was like, you know, slow down your words. Say it like that and like this, or breathe in and out, or I would do different tapping things. And obviously there's many different ways, but it didn't work for me. The reason why it didn't work for me, because it didn't give me the real life skills that I'm looking for. What's a real life skill? Well, I want to be on Facebook Live right now and talk my heart out. I want to do that. But if I don't have confidence in me, I can't do that. I want to be able to meet someone, a stranger, and connect with them. I want to talk to a potential client and get them to do business with me. I want to be able to go in front of a room of 400 people and share my message with all of them, or give a speech, or do a presentation with confidence, and I get a round of applause. I want to do that, man, because that's what I wanted. But I didn't know where to go. And that, what I believe, is the cause of darkness in my life. But I found it, and now I'm all lit up. I love my life. I love what I do on a consistent basis. But it all stemmed from confronting the boogeyman in the closet. What do I mean by that? Well, look, tip for you. If you want to overcome your stutter, you got to speak more. You get that? If you want to be a better speaker, okay, let's listen. To become better, you have to do more of it. You have to fail more. You have to confront it. You have a problem with someone? Confront it. Go up to them. Say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with right now. Don't talk about it with someone else. Talk to them. Right? Do your best. So confronting is that. You confront the situation. So I am scared of speaking in front of others. Great. Go speak in front of others. What do you mean? Yeah, go speak in front of others. I understand, it's like, yeah, you could, and that was a problem with me and like a speech therapist or a psychologist. It was good, but it was just like one-to-one. That wasn't the skill I was looking for. What I wanted to have confidence in front of people, not confidence in front of one person. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad you like that, man. And this is, I don't want to say this is the hard truth, but it's like, if you want to overcome something, like for example, Michael, he runs an awesome Facebook group, or I haven't seen it in a while, but he confronted that, and he's on camera, and he's sharing himself. That's how you overcome something. You gotta do the thing that scares you. I believe like a person, they're built with like many challenges spread out in life, and everyone has a different challenge. Some people, they're scared of this, and some people are scared of that, right? If you stutter, that might be a fear of yours, stuttering in front of others. For someone else who doesn't stutter, they might be like, I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. But I'm scared of, I'm scared of snakes. And you're like, no, snakes are fine. It's the same idea. How do you overcome it? You got to go confront it. You got to go do the thing that scares you. Period. There's no way around it. That's why even like when I coach people, I never like doing one-on-ones. I like group things. Talk in front of a group. We got 10 people on this call. Talk your heart out. Stutter your heart out. Let it all out. Don't fear it. And when you do that, that's when you start, unlocking certain aspects of your life. You get that? Right? It's the uncomfortability that grows you. And when I look at myself, I am constantly asking myself that question. Am I pushing myself out of my comfort zone today? Period. Am I getting, yeah, I love that. Michael says 100% fear. Face everything and run, face everything and rise, right? Another one that I teach in my program is false evidence appearing real, right? But going back to that, it's every day I'm asking myself, am I pushing myself out of my comfort zone? Am I just like, because it's very easy. I'm realizing this with life. It's very easy to get caught up in routine. Very, very, very easy. That's why that line of you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that comes from that. Because the old dog doesn't want to do new things. But where does growth lie? Where does happiness lie? Right? It lies outside of the comfort. It lies outside of the things that scare you. And if it scares you, ask yourself why. Why does that scare me? Why am I worried from that? My phone may die. It's at 20% right now, so I'll just keep checking it. But why does that scare me? Ask yourself. Look at it. And you know, I get it. We got social anxiety. I get it. I'm scared to talk up in front of this person. I get it. I don't want to mess up. I get it. I don't want to be judged. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But that's why you beat yourself up. That's why you're so hard on yourself. But if you just say, hey, you know what? I'm scared of speaking in front of 10 people. I'm scared to go to a social event and tell a story. Just fucking do it. Do it and go there with no expectation. You know, it was so funny. I had a call with one of my clients yesterday, and you know the question was about picking up girls. And he goes, you know, I really want to go talk to girls more, but I'm scared of judgment. I'm scared of what if it goes wrong. And I said, that is the problem right there. I'm like, instead of, you know, putting this pressure on yourself of I don't want to mess up, I don't want it, you know, to go wrong, why don't you set up the game for you to win? So I said, why don't you do this? Instead of saying, well, if I get rejected, because the mindset is, well, if I go up to a girl and I get rejected, then I'm a piece of crap. I'm not good enough. Girls don't like me. So I said, instead of doing that, why don't you go out again and say, you know what? In front of 5 people, I am going to go get rejected. Okay? So I'm going to go up to 5 different girls, and I'm going to just say, hi, my name is blah, 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 and expect them to reject you and say, you know what? My game is this. I'm going to get rejected by 5 girls tonight. And that was the conversation I had with him. Because what you're doing is you're changing the game. And you know what? He may go up to 3, 4 different girls, get rejected, but the 5th one goes, man, you're amazing. And they have a great night, and next thing you know, they're dating, next thing you know, they're in a relationship. All from that one thing. And it's very similar with my sales job with door-to-door. You expect rejection. And what I want to say, if you want to get over your stutter, you really got to get over rejection. You got to be okay with people not liking you. You got to be okay with you say something and people don't like it. It doesn't go well. One thing that I hated is when people didn't look me in my eyes when I stuttered or it didn't go well. I hated that. Hated that. But I had to be okay with that. I had to be okay with that. You guys might have to give me 1 second. I got a little crazy person in. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. You guys still there? It's none of our business what people think of us. It's what we have to learn. And that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. Is when you overcome this problem of rejection. See, look, someone who ultimately loves themselves, at the end of the day, they don't really care if someone doesn't accept them or not. Right? But if you're someone that has to constantly change their personality to make sure that people are happy with them, that's when you're in trouble. That's when you're doing something wrong. But if you live this life of, even myself, I'm okay with it, man. I'm okay with not everyone liking me. Why? Because I like me. And I know I'm going to have my pack, people that do like me. And I know that I'm going to have other people who are not going to like me. I'm fine with that. But this needs to be the fundamental in everyone's life. Don't be scared of stuttering. Be scared, don't fear stuttering. All right? I'm trying to get my thoughts right. Don't fear, what people, think of you or how they see you, right? And once you overcome the problem of rejection, I don't care if they reject me. That's it, Michael. This is what I'm trying to get at, man. I'm a jumper, okay? You gotta, and this is what I realized too, man. How I change myself, I change my energy. I'm excited. That's what makes me who I am. Because I suppressed this excitement for so long. Well, first off, I'm Italian, so I'm loud. But the second thing, this is who I am. I love being this way. I love being the loud guy. That makes me happy. That makes me me. And for so many years, I tried to be someone different. I tried to say, you know what? I'm with this person. I got to put on this persona. I'm with this person. I got to put on this persona. I'm with this person. I got to put on this persona. Man, that's going to be who I am. And whether I fall in line with what they want or what they don't want, it doesn't matter. And over time, people respect real. People can see fakeness. So if you stutter, if you got a problem, so what? This is who I am. I'm glad you don't like me. You know what? Oh, you're someone who doesn't like people who stutter? Great. We're not going to be friends. Thank you for this interaction. Okay, next. And then you have someone else say, man, good on you, man. Good on you for sharing that. I respect you for that. I'm glad to call you my friend. It's interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. But this is what I want to remind everyone of. And really this is what the fundamental of this Facebook group is to help everyone remember you're in control of your life. Not a situation, not a pandemic, not if you got fired from a job, not anything, not a relationship. You are in full control of your life. You can be whoever you want. And when you do that, when you look at, hey, I'm my own genie. This is what I want. I'm going to go get it. When you do that, you're unstoppable. But when you put these limitations of, well, if I stutter and I embarrass myself, then blah, 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 stop. Be exactly who you are. And that's my 2 cents for you guys today. If you have any questions, comment down below. But be exactly who you are. Live in your element. Live in your truth. And you do that, man, the world's your oyster. So I hope you enjoyed this. The way that these calls go or the way that these lives go, there isn't one way. Awesome, Michael. I'm glad you like that. There isn't one way of how I want to, make this happen. But, I think that's the real power of this live today. Like, don't forget who you are, right? We live in this world of, we just want to categorize everyone. Oh, you have this, or you have that. Oh, you're this type of person. Like, sure, I get that. It's easy for us when we categorize people, and whether it's cultures, whether it's religion, or whether it's where you went to school. our brains work easier when we categorize different things. But one thing that you don't want to do is categorize yourself. Of this is who my life is. Because when you do that, you stop the growth from happening. Like who I was 8 years ago isn't who I am today. But if I categorized myself 8 years ago, I would have always been that person. But I'm a different person. And you're a different person as well. Cool. So I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more of me, comment down below. I hope this inspired you, Michael. I appreciate you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're kicking butt in life. And guys, love you all. If you got any questions, comment down below. I'll be doing lives a lot more often. And have a phenomenal day. This is the Daniel Francis Show. Can't wait to do a lot more. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.